Hi, how y'all doing? It is still Thursday the 24th. Um, it's getting close on to 7:30 in the evening. Sorry. I am getting a cough drop. I would ordinarily have Joey now, but he wanted to hang out with one of his friends before coming over here. He has a regular Wednesday play date, and they couldn't do it yesterday because the friend's mom was busy. So they're doing it today, and I will get him at some point this evening. His mom is still quite mad at me, I'm sure, about over the therapist. But if she wasn't trying to do, underhanded stuff, wasn't trying to blame me for all kind of crap that's not my fault, then she wouldn't have nothing to be mad about, would she? The reason I got on here again today is I've had some news on two different fronts. One is not particularly good, and one is I don't know how to feel about it yet. I know not to get my hopes up. So first is Rocket Mortgage. They called me today and wanted to know what my plan is. Every time they call me, they ask me if my home is occupied. Yes, my home is occupied. I occupy it. I live here 24/7. And I don't know. They act like I'm some sort of home scammer or something every damn time. They wanted to know what my intentions with the home are, to stay in it. And they told me that come May 1st, I will be 5 months late. I said, no, I'm not 5 months late. I said, I'm 3 months behind. No, you're 5 months behind because of not only late fees, but late payment penalties. 5 months behind. And the 5-month mark is when they start foreclosure proceedings. They have this thing called the application for success that they use to try to, well, I don't know about try. They say it's to help people that are falling behind and to try and help them get back on track. It hasn't done a damn thing for me yet. I've done it, I think, twice now. But now I have to do it again because he told me there may be some additional programs that could possibly help me keep the home, help me stay in the home and get the mortgage current. And I explained to him that, that's what I want to do. It's not like I don't want to pay my bills. I want to pay my bills, but, I certainly can't pay anything more than what I'm paying right now. And with all these issues I'm having, having to pay all these damned co-pays because my insurance isn't worth a flip. it's very hard to pay, the $18.79 a month that I was paying. He said there may be something, and I'm very wary of this because nobody else I've ever talked to has offered me anything beyond what I've done. And they said there's no way to get the monthly payments down unless I refinance to a different type of loan that could get the payments down. That the loan I have, I think it's an FHA. There's no way to reduce the interest to get the payments down. But now suddenly there's an alternative that we haven't talked about before. So my folks are coming over tomorrow. Joey's got ABA and soccer. And I've got to do a little wrenching on their Jeep. Something's rattling and I need to find it and tighten it up. So my folks are going to come over in the morning, and my mom's going to log into Rocket with her tablet, and she's going to start filling out these documents again and get them sent off, because I have to do this before May 1st, otherwise foreclosure. And I asked the guy straight up. He asked me if I had any more questions, and I said, worst case scenario, what does foreclosure look like? He explained it to me. They'll send me to they'll send my case to their office for referral for foreclosure. They'll review it and they'll determine that if, there's nothing that can be done and we just need to foreclose, they'll go ahead with it. It'll be handed off to an attorney, and I'll be served paperwork. And I asked him, I said, what does it look like if I refuse to go along with it and if I fight it? He said, well, there's lots of things you can do. He said, you can fight the foreclosure. He said, we can even work with you to try to keep your house from going to auction. And I told him, I said, I said, I don't want to fight you guys. I said, I want to just pay it. I said, but, I'm having such a hard time right now with my medical issues that I'm getting stretched too thin. I need something to break. And I told him, I want to pay you. I said, but if I don't pay the doctors, I said, I can't pay you because I'm not going to be here. And either way, I don't understand why foreclosure, if you can't pay more, why foreclosure has to be the first option. Because if we could work out a program, a deal where I pay a little bit less every month for a year or two, like I've said before, they would still get theirs. They wouldn't take a loss selling it at auction, and I would either pay it off or I would die in the process, and then they would just come in and take possession and sell it all over again. They're still going to get theirs. I don't understand why it has to be like this, but it does. So I am ready to hire that foreclosure defense attorney. I'll be ready to do it May 1st if that's what I've got to do. It's not what I want to do, and maybe they might offer me a easier option, but I don't know. The other thing I wanted to talk about is my I had to put off my scans for the cancer this coming Monday. I had to schedule that out a couple more weeks because they called me today to confirm that I'll be there, and they said that I'll need to bring, $124 with me to do it. My insurance doesn't completely cover it. And I told them, I can't do that. I said I can do maybe 40, and we can do like a payment thing, but it's got to be $124 or no business. So that's that. One thing I can say is if my insurance company causes me to end up with active cancer or worse cancer because they won't help me, they won't cover anything entirely. Even this damn scan, they only cover a portion and I have to pick up the rest. They're going to hear from an attorney. Because this is bullshit. Am I supposed to die if I don't have the pocket change, I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Just thought I'd get that out there. I just got a message from my ex. They are on their way over now. So Joey will be here in a couple minutes, and I'll have my superstar to take my mind off all this mess. I'll try to knock out a video in the morning. And tomorrow's going to be a lot busier now than what I thought it was. So we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. But hopefully I can get Joey to, try to ride the bike, and I can get him to let me teach him how and what to do without him being too scared. And he will ride a bike for the first time this weekend without training wheels, which will be a really great thing. And if he does that, I'll try to post at least a short video of him pedaling across the yard. Otherwise, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.